Tune into the Salsa Kings Network. Crack one open if you dare, creeps.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
Giles!
Cool.
Don't move. Okay, Giles, you have to listen to me very carefully. I'm not Faith.
Really?
Really.
Because the resemblance is striking.
I know, Giles, you just have to stop inching. You were inching.
Look, I know what you're going to say, and
I'm Buffy.
All right, I didn't know what you were going to say, but that doesn't make you any less crazy.
Faith switched. I mean, she had some device. She switched our bodies. Giles, I swear. It's me.
If you are Buffy, then you'll let me tie you up without killing me, until we find out whether you're telling the truth.
Giles, Faith has taken my body, and for all I know, she's taken it to Mexico by now. I don't have time for bondage fun.
Everybody, and welcome to another episode of Boys Watching Buffy. We're just two boys watching every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the first time, giving our review, our reactions. We're your hosts. I'm Joe Welke.
I am Vance.
And today we're talking about Season 4, Episode 16, titled Who Are You? Written and directed by Joss Whedon. Original air date, February 29th, 2000, to an audience of 4.9 million people. And this is a follow-up on the crazy cliffhanger ending of the last episode where Buffy and Faith switched bodies. And we get some Freaky Friday hijinks in this episode. Did you like this one, Vance?
I don't know if I like the ending of it. And I don't know if I like a couple things in it.
Yeah.
But I will say...
like, last episode, you weren't very excited about body switching.
Yes, because I don't know if they did anything super interesting with the body switching. Like, there's the introduction of, we'll get to it, but Tara finally meeting the group, but she meets the wrong people. And it's a good way to bring her in and show that she has power and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Giles is like, acts like he's never seen a Freaky Friday type situation before.
Yeah. Like, this is like completely unheard of that he's like, no.
Even though he's been in one himself recently, which they call out. Yeah, I was nice that I was validated that they were Watchers. I assumed they were Watchers because they brought up Watchers last episode, and then they introduced these guys coming in. I was like, they got to be Watchers.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I just we don't. My biggest issue last episode was I wasn't sure if Faith's plan was like, all right, I'm going to go here. I'm going to switch bodies with her. And if her plan is to switch bodies with Buffy, switching bodies and running away doesn't seem like any different than if she would have just got a plane ticket.
Yeah, for herself.
Or like just stole a credit card and he put a plane ticket and went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the police in Sunnydale are universally traveling the world trying to find this girl that was in a coma.
It's a big deal, Vance. She's wanted for multiple murders that we don't know.
We don't know specifically which
ones and what she's done specifically.
I want to see the scene after the high school blew up where they blame it all on Faith.
But before we get into the episode, we got a couple of shout outs. We got a couple of Spotify review shout outs. These are coming in pretty regularly now that we've been really harping on it. The way to get a shout out, as you all know, is to rate and review on Apple Podcasts or do the 5-star rating screenshot, send it into my DMs at Joe Welke, and we'll give you a shout out. So Today we got a special shout out to Courtney Elizabeth and another shout out to Becky Nicole, who actually is this the one that sent to you, Vance?
Sent to us. This one was sent
to the Boys Watching Buffy.
Didn't necessarily follow directions, but we're still giving credit for it. You know, it's
just this once, Becky Nicole, you got away with it.
If you got the Spotify, you 5-star, you screen grab it, and you send it straight to @JoeWelke.
@JoeWelke. And then you can look at all of my trapeze highlights. All right. So, shall we get into it here, Vance?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so the episode opens up with a recap of who Adam is and what's going on with Faith and the body switching shit. And Faith, according...
I had a way for us to do this where it didn't keep getting confusing.
Okay, yeah, because the way that I took notes, I got confused even.
Okay. So I started calling it Fuffy and Baith. And whichever one has the first initial, that's who it is.
That's basically exactly what I did in my notes. Oh my God, dude.
Awesome.
So wait. Fuffy is Faith in Buffy's body.
Yes.
And Baith
is
Buffy in Faith's body.
Yeah. So the first letter lets you know who it really is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still probably going to get confused.
Wait, how did you take notes then? You said
I put mine as B/F and F/B. And F/B is Buffy and Faith's body, and B/F is Faith and Buffy's body.
See, I almost did that, where I almost was calling it Fuffy, and I was like, no, the first letter needs to be Faith, so I know that if I say Fuffy, I mean Faith.
Okay.
And if I say Baith, I mean Buffy. So that was my key to like separate them.
We're definitely, everyone listening, apologies in advance.
I think that works. If you say
I
Fuffy,
think it will work. It's just been introduced to me.
True.
Right now, live on the podcast. So we'll see how well I can handle this.
I wonder if Fuffy is a thing.
Probably is.
Because there's
that's definitely a ship.
Because there's Bangle. Because there's Bangle and there's
Fuffy's definitely a thing.
I don't know what the Spike and Buffy is. Spuffy.
Okay.
Spuffy.
So the episode opens up with Fuffy talking to Joyce, being like, "Oh, I'm glad that Faith is going to jail. The cops are like, don't worry about it. We got her locked up. This chick Faith, she's dangerous. She's been wanted for multiple murders, and I'm glad we finally got the kid." And then Fuffy is like, "She's not a kid. She's a full-grown adult woman."
She's super strong. Lock her up.
She's super strong. Make sure she's behind bars, really thick ones.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "All right, okay. We got it. We know. She's dangerous. We've been monitoring the situation."
Yeah.
And so Baith is like, just coming to. She's still out of it. She's still like, wait, what's going on here? I see my own body with my mom and I'm being taken away. Something's not right here. Hold on a second. But she's not actually able to like piece it together and say the words. So she's being taken away in like the back of an ambulance or whatever.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
Because of Faith's body coming back from a coma, she should be messed up after getting knocked out and drugged so many times in this day.
Vance. I think you're forgetting a crucial ingredient to this whole thing. She's a slayer.
Yeah, but she's a slayer that's been in a coma for like 8 months.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
It's like the concussion protocol stuff. Like she just got knocked out like immediately again.
Yeah. Yeah, man, but Slayer, heal fast, super strong, whatever. So they take Baith away, and Fuffy is now at home with Joyce. And they go back into their house, and Joyce is talking to her like, "Man, it's such a shame. Like, I don't know." Well, there's like a dumbass fake out where
It's fine. When this fake out happened, I was like, this would be awesome.
it would
if
be awesome.
Joyce just like knew right away. Like,
Yeah,
I knew that she
it'd be
didn't, but like the show has done stuff like that before.
It would be surprising and like a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
But Joyce does this kind of shit all the time.
Yeah.
It happens with her specifically all the time.
Yeah. Murder cake. She'll say like,
Yeah. Buffy, did you go out and murder your homework?
you're never getting in to college.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So Joyce they come in, Fuffy's walking around and she's making herself at home, and Joyce goes, Faith. And Fuffy's like, oh, what?
It would have been great if she just killed Joyce immediately. Straight reaction, just turned around, threw something at her.
But Fuffy turns around like, huh? And Joyce is like, I just don't understand why she is the way she is, you know? I don't know. I don't get it. She's so... I don't know why she does bad things. And Fuffy's like, well, maybe she likes doing bad things. And Joyce is like, no, I don't think so, dude. I think that she's just a really lonely, sad, and unhappy individual. She's just really got some fucked up stuff going on in her mind. And Fuffy's like, I think she's actually pretty cool.
I liked this setup of Faith basically saying, oh, I like doing the things that I like to, the bad things I like to do. I was like, okay, great. No, just straight Joker chaos motivation.
Yeah.
No, like, I was traumatized once and this made me do this and now I can murder. Like, yeah.
But I mean, she has that.
But that gets thrown away at the end. That's my
she
problem.
has that, like, you know, because her backstory is like, oh, nobody loved her and her parents were like abusive, I guess.
And then she just magically became a slayer one day, and then had a watcher that she made disappear. Like, how did?
Well, the watcher got killed by that demon, and that's what made. Remember?
Yeah, but how long was she? How long was she a slayer at that point? Like a year?
Yeah, I have no idea. It couldn't have been longer than a year because Kendra got killed. I think it was probably like 6 months or whatever.
Yeah. So it's like they found her. She got powers. Had a watcher. The watcher died. She felt real emotional to that watcher dying.
Yeah, she felt bad about that.
Yeah, she had like emotions and real feelings. And now she's just like, I'll kill anything. I don't give a fuck.
I'm a fucking psycho.
It doesn't fully track all the way for me, but whatever.
But so then Fuffy is like, well, you know what? Doesn't really matter now. She's locked up. She's going to jail, and I'm sure some Big Bertha's going to be happy to fucking sexually assault her in jail. And Joyce is like, hey, now. That's not cool. And then Fuffy's like, sorry, I just, get so wrapped up in thinking about her hurting you. It makes me happy that bad things are going to happen to Faith. And Joyce is like, oh, well, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So then Joyce goes and she hugs Fuffy, and Fuffy looks like she's never been hugged before. Like she doesn't understand what a hug is. She's looking at her like, what is this foreign feeling?
Yeah.
And then so she's like, I'm going to go up and take a bath. And Joyce is like, hey, you know what? It's really nice that you're home. It's nice seeing you. We should hang out more. And Fuffy's like, yeah, sure.
She's like, because I haven't been around a lot, right? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I knew it. And it's basically Faith wanted just to like prove that Buffy's not perfect.
Yeah.
Last episode, I guess that's what she wanted to do.
Dude, the way that Faith in Buffy's body operates through this entire episode, it's like she wants to get found out.
Yo, that was my note right away. And it comes in the scene that's happening shortly after when she dresses all black. And I'm like, Faith, are you an idiot?
Yeah.
Why are you... Like, it's one thing, okay, she's going to take the plane ride or whatever. But if you're going to walk around, pretend.
Yeah. She does it... Like, I really... So
Yeah.
So Fuffy goes and she takes a bath. She's really like enjoying living in her new body, and
which it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
like,
it is very weird.
Like,
dude, that scene with her in the bath opens up very weirdly.
Yeah.
And it's so long.
Dude, doesn't it come up when it says written and directed by Joss Whedon? I think it's like I think that's when his name comes up or something.
Dude, she's in that bath for like a weird amount of time.
Here's the thing. Like, switching bodies with someone that you absolutely despise wouldn't be like this, like, oh man, look at my legs. Look at this. Like, you don't like Buffy.
Yeah.
You think you're hot.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be in this other weird girl's body?
No idea, dude. Like, you would want to be in it, but you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm so happy with myself. Let me rub my legs for 5 minutes straight.
Yeah, like, oh, Buffy, you have great skin. Like, what are you doing? It's just really weird. It's not like Chucky trying to get into like a human body from the doll. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, oh yeah, whatever.
It's not like a dude switching bodies with a woman where it's like, whoa, this is what having a vagina feels like or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm just in a whole nother woman's body.
Yeah.
And I have to look in the mirror and see my enemy that killed me, that I hate every time I look in the mirror.
Well, speaking of looking in the mirror.
Yes.
That's what comes up next. So Fuffy's looking in the mirror and she's practicing all of her Buffy impressions. Mm-hmm. She keeps like looking in the mirror and being like, no, you can't do that because it's wrong. No, you can't do that because it's wrong. You can't do that because it's wrong.
Does she think Buffy uses a gun?
I don't know. Yeah, she keeps doing like a James Bond thing.
Stop, that's wrong. And she's finger gunning it. And I'm like, you don't know what she does. You've gone slaying with her.
Exactly. Like, you were a team with her for a long time.
Yeah. You guys used to patrol.
She never really does that. She's quippy and sarcastic. And I don't know, man. But
yeah,
I kind of enjoyed this scene, though. It was fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's goofy.
I felt fun for Sarah Michelle Gellar to get a chance to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So now Faith, Buffy in Faith's body, is taken to a hospital and she's going crazy. She's like on a hospital bed. There's a bunch of people trying to hold her down. And she's like, no, you got it all wrong. She's with my mother. That's not me. I'm not this person that you see before me. I am somebody else. And the doctor's like, shut this bitch up, sedate her. And just trank her.
And I always think it's so easy. Remember when Giles injected Buffy with that take away your Slayer ability juice?
Yeah.
Like, she's getting sedated with just a regular sedative. It doesn't last as long as it should last. Mm-hmm. But you can just they're just people. Slayers are just people.
No, they're Slayers, Vance. They're not just people.
Just like this doctor with 5 doctors, a needle, done.
Yeah. So they sedate Faith, and now Willow is hanging out with Tara, and she's wondering where Buffy is. She's like, I don't know where Buffy is. I'm getting worried about her. I haven't seen her in a minute. Something's up. She's got a lot of shit going on. This whole Adam thing. We got this whole Faith coming back thing. It's getting to be a lot for her. And Tara is like, yeah. I would maybe be able to help a little bit better if any one of your friends knew I existed because you're keeping me secret. And Willow gets on her fuckboy shit.
Yeah, she does. She completely does. I listened to this and I was like, is that Parker?
Yeah. Willow goes completely fuckboy on her. She's like, oh no, I trust me. I want to introduce you to him. It's just like, it's just like complicated, like my friends, like everything is like Slayer this, Slayer that, demons this, demon that, and baby, I promise, I promise you, one day you'll meet him, but it's just nice that I get to have something that's just mine that's separate from all of that. You know what I'm saying, babe? And Tara's like, yeah, I guess. and then Willow's like, all right, well, I gotta blow. I gotta ditch. Cool hanging out with you. I'll see you when I see you, though, right? I'll page you, right? Yeah, I'll page you. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
And as she's walking away, Tara turns to Willow and she's like, you're right, And Willow's like, right about what? And Tara turns to her and she goes, I am yours. And Willow's like, oh, we got a clinger.
I was like, I know that was supposed to be romantic, but it came across real creepy.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
100% Willow's like, well, I mean, I'm just going to hang out with you, talk about my friends all the time. We're going to do spells to help them all the time, but they can't know.
Yeah.
They can't know.
They can't know that I don't know.
I'm doing sexy witchcraft with someone else.
Dude, Willow in this scene, I was like,
yeah.
Wow, dude. Wow.
That was so fun. She complained that, no, I mean, yeah.
No, I promise. One day, like when it's right, I'll meet you. Yeah, you can.
It's a tight-knit group of friends. We can't just like bring new people in because they always keep bringing new people in, like Riley. And when I had Oz, I brought him in. But it's different
Anya,
now.
The demon, this demon that hated us all and tried to kill some of us. Like
Shaw's got
she's
this
now
girl
part of the group.
Olivia flying in that we hang out with sometimes. But you, I just want you to be for me
be special with you.
It won't be special if they know who you are.
God damn. All right. So back to Fuffy here. Fuffy's putting on, as Vance alluded to earlier, putting on like leather pants, a black shirt.
I was just like, come on. You're going to get caught immediately.
Gets Buffy's passport. And she's like, fucking tight, dude. Goes to Joyce's room, takes Joyce's credit cards.
Like, was Faith not able to... Did she not have any means of travel? She was going to get on a boat that one time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, she has been in a coma for 8 months. And the only person that she like knew that cared about her was the mayor.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't think the mom's credit card and Buffy's passport is enough to start a new life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's enough to
once she gets to wherever she's going, what then?
Yeah. And you're also the Slayer.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
But she gets Buffy's passport, takes Joyce's credit cards, makes a flight to get out of town. And Joyce comes in while she's doing this. And Joyce is like, hey, what's going on? And I wanted to call her Fluffy.
Yeah.
Fuffy is like, oh, I'm just checking my mail. I got a bunch of mail here because, I haven't been home. Remember that? I haven't been home in forever because I don't really actually care about you. Remember that?
And Joyce is like, yeah, I always sound like I'm talking on the phone when I check the mail.
Yeah.
Great cover up.
And Joyce is like, hey, so Giles called and he wants you to come over and do some debriefing and figure out what the next step is with Adam and or whatever. He wants you to come over and talk next steps. And Fuffy's like, oh, okay, cool. Mind if I borrow this lipstick? And Joyce is like, is that the harlot? That's the same one Faith chose. And then Fuffy's like, oh, fuck. She's on to me. Burn it. Burn that lipstick. She just tosses it.
And I'm just like, Faith, this was literally 10 minutes, like an hour ago that you were doing all this.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think it's weird that you're asking to borrow the lipstick that you yourself know that you just was
also
monologuing about?
Little bit of Joe's Fashion Corner moment here. This is real nitpicky about Fashion Corner stuff.
Most of it is.
But Buffy and Faith have very different complexions, and the same lipstick would not look good on both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Also, they have slightly different sizes, but not that different that they would. I think the clothes would fit, but not everything would fit perfectly.
Well, I mean, Buffy's putting on Buffy's clothes, so it was like those were Buffy's clothes.
Yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting, Buffy's wardrobe that she has. That she can, she does. Yeah,
Buffy does kind of dress like that sometimes.
I don't think she would go black on black. I think she'd go a lighter, that red top. Sometimes.
I feel like the pants were like a gray, like a dark grayish. They were black.
I think they were black. I think she's just straight up black and black. Yeah.
I'm going to stick with my gut and say it was gray. Gray pants, black top. But the same lipstick wouldn't look good on two different people with two different complexions. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even understand why are they doing this to make Faith look dumb? Like, why would she even like ask to borrow that? Just steal it.
Yeah.
1, steal it. 2, just
don't put it on,
or don't.
You don't need lipstick.
Don't ask the lady you just taunted with it about it. Like, did you just forget that you did that?
I'm impressed that Joyce would have remembered that it's the same lipstick.
I think it was a long monologue happening like maybe an hour and a half ago during the most traumatic moment of her life. I think she'd remember like she kissed the mirror with it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Did you like that Buffy is like trying to mash Buffy's boobs together and like get them pushed up even more? She's like, come on, give me something.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It's that's Faith for you.
So now Faith wakes up in the back of a cop car and they're like, oh, Jesus, this fucking chick, man, she's a doozy. She's waking up already. We sedated her. This is wild. She can take a lot. She's got crazy system going on back there. And Faith is looking around all confused, like, no, this isn't right. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not even supposed to be here right now. And as the cops are like kind of talking about this, they crash into an armored truck.
I mean, crash is like an understatement. Dude, they are dead.
Yeah, they slam pretty hard into this armored truck.
Yeah, if Faith wasn't a Slayer, she'd be dead too. That crash was insane.
It was like the windshield just bursts into 1,000 pieces, and the guys are just like, whoa. But the armored truck, 3 guys hop out, and it's the Watcher guys from last episode. They bust through the back window.
The people that you thought were on Faith's side.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell me why they went.
I'm just saying.
Explain to me why they went to Giles's.
To find out where Faith was, because he's an ex-Watcher.
But why would they trust Giles?
He's the only, because he doesn't like Faith.
But they make mention later on in the episode, like, fuck Giles. We don't give a fuck about Giles. He doesn't work for us.
Yeah, but they wanted to, like, he's their guy on the ground in Sunnydale. Even if you don't, like, he's been in Sunnydale forever. Like, if you have one lead, it's him. And you can threaten him to get information. All right.
Well, anyway, they grab Faith out of the back of the cop car, and Faith is like, "No, this isn't right. I'm not the person you want." And they're like, "Shut the fuck up. We don't care." And they just chuck her in the back of this armored car, all violent like. And they're like, "We're the Watchers, and you're going back to the Watcher land."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn, the Watchers have changed quite a bit."
Yeah.
Used to be a bunch of stuffy old British guys, and now it's like a bunch of goons.
Yeah. This Watcher crew, man. I guess we'll figure out more about them.
So Buffy goes to Giles's house, and she's like, "Hey, what's up, everybody? The gang's all here." And she looks at Willow. She's like, "Willow." She looks at Xander. Xander looks at Anya, and she's like, "I don't fucking know who this person is." So she's like, "Everybody's here?"
Yeah. I really thought Anya would be able to pick it up, but she's definitely just still a human.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have any like witchy demon
She's a
power.
horny human.
Xander has hit the jackpot.
I mean, Xander must be putting it down, dude. Like, that is all Anya can ever seem to talk or think about.
Yeah. Even when she's like, I don't want to think about this. And then it's like, yeah, okay, you were nice. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's living a dream right now.
Yeah, man. So Fuffy is like, hey, what's the meeting all about? And Giles is like, well, I had a bunch of Watcher goons come up to my place, and they're coming to get Faith, and they're going to take her back to England. And Fuffy is like, whew, good, fuck her. What a piece of shit. I fucking hated her. And people are like, whoa, that's not really like you to say. And Fuffy's like, oh shit. I mean, because of all the bad things that she did. And they're like, that's more like it.
That's all backtracking, Buffy. She says something awful and then backtracks it with something normal. Okay.
Yeah. But like Fuffy starts laughing. She's like, ha, they're just gonna take them back to the motherland. Oh, she's fucked. That's hilarious.
The most Buffy thing she did was she was like, oh, that's poetic justice. And they're like, what are you talking about? And then she's like, oh, I guess that's just regular justice.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that sounds like Buffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the Giles and Xander and Anya start talking about something.
They're like, oh, we're going to go and we're having a romantic date night. We're going to light candles and then have sex next to those candles. And then Faith's like, oh, I'll enjoy those 7 minutes. And he's like, and then she's like, hey. He's like, whoa, no, that's my line. Hey.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, lighten up, everybody. We're safe now. Like she tried to like.
Well, she also has this like weird vision because Willow's looking at her like something's up.
Well, Willow starts ripping Faith.
Yeah.
Like talking about how awful Faith is and like she wished the Watchers would let her get a chance to do it. And then she has a vision of her just gutting Willow with a knife. And it's one of those things where you're like, okay, obviously this isn't real. But like, geez, Faith.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, is Faith going to do that? Like, honestly, like she could just kill them and leave.
Yeah. I mean, why doesn't? They would never expect it. She's got the element of surprise.
Yeah. I think in this episode, I kind of wanted something more surprising than what ends up happening.
Yeah, but you knew it wasn't. You knew nothing.
I mean, here's what I'll say. This show has been surprising for me. Like, a lot of the times they twist, you're like, I did not expect that, you know? Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, we've seen body switches before. Mm-hmm. You know, you get the little confusion. People say the weird things. People meet. But I thought that we're going to have like a little deeper twist with this.
Yeah.
Like just something just super unexpected. I don't know.
Yeah, or like more conniving, but Faith just isn't smart like that.
Okay, so I brought that up before, and I wrote that in my note. Like, why do they make Faith so dumb? And by dumb, I don't mean like, because Buffy they make dumb. Like, she doesn't know what certain words are sometimes. She doesn't like, she gets confused easily. It was like, I thought you meant this. But when it comes time to slay, Buffy's able to come up with like a plan, a unique way to like reroute things, like she can think on her feet. And they don't let Faith do that.
Yeah,
but they don't give her another skill set. Like she needs to be able to be like really good at like
mega strong, like stronger physically than Buffy,
or like more like she doesn't even have like good like evil plotting. You know what I mean? Like it's just like what is she doing? Like this episode, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean later on in this episode they mention about how Faith usually acts more on her like animalistic instincts or whatever, which I guess is their way to like explain that away. But I feel like she's got bad plans.
I feel like animals don't risk their own well-being
on
their animal instinct. You know, like it's like this is the time I would have loved for like even let's have another tape with the mayor telling her exactly what to do. Like I don't care. Like I just want her to be like, all right, I'm going to take Buffy's body. I'm going to systematically manipulate and rip all of her friends apart.
Mm.
Like, and then I'm gonna leave town. Like, I'm gonna burn the village on the way out. Like, she doesn't like shit on her mom and say like, no, we're not hanging out ever again. You're stupid, stuck up.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Like, why not? Why?
Yeah, I guess her big plan was just to like skip town.
And then everyone's gonna be looking for her and asking about her.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think you could skip town as Faith and still be in the same situation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, so after Fuffy is like, well, whatever, Faith's gone, we're all safe, haha, let's have a fucking party, let's laugh about it. And then Giles is like, well, I mean, Adam is still out there. And Fuffy's like, oh, right. Yeah, Adam. Uh-huh. I know who that is. But why don't you explain it to Xander, because he's dumb.
Essentially. I love she was like, what's the deal with him? And I was like, I thought they were gonna like really rip her for like that. And they were like, well, we wish we knew. And she's like, oh great, I'll just patrol. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go out on patrol all night, and none of you worry about me, never look for me, don't worry about it. Just go home and enjoy being safe and having fun, and I'm gonna go out alone.
Yeah.
And they're like, that sounds like Buffy.
Yeah.
So instead of going out on patrol, of course, Fuffy. There's only one place to go when you're in a fucking one Starbucks town.
And a place
like
that you can
Sunnydale.
go to where you know you won't run into the gang.
Yeah.
If you want to avoid these people, you go to the Bronze.
Go to the Bronze and make an enormous spectacle of yourself by dancing with every guy in Sunnydale
And girl.
at the Bronze. Yeah.
So this dancing, like we get like angry dancing, upset dancing, I'm turning bad dancing. I don't know what to classify this one as. Celebration? I did it.
Yes. Just like I'm smarter than Buffy dancing.
Because we
Like,
had the episode
dude.
where they danced together.
Now this is like the thing that I'm talking about is like she has a plane ticket to leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, lay low for a day. Like, you just need to lay low for the night, and then you're gone. But she's so stupid, dude. Like, what? I get that they need to do it for the show.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like watching it and tracking it. You're just like, you should be causing chaos on the way out. You should be robbing and stealing money. Like,
Yeah.
like
ruining, like...
you should
like-
randomly kiss Giles and then walk away. Like,
Yeah.
shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
just fuck shit
Just
up.
be weird.
Yeah.
Be weird and, like, tell Willow some kind of secret, like, I never liked blah, 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 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, she does kind of do that a little bit later. Maybe.
Yeah, but not even on purpose.
Yeah. So after she's dancing with every guy in Sunnydale, she runs into Spike, who is at the Bronze. And
This is an interesting scene.
this is so, number one, dumb. Number two, weird.
Yeah.
Number three, making no sense. Number four, how is Spike so stupid? Like, he was like a smart, conniving character.
I like the fact that at the end of this, he's like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't one of those things where like, oh, I like this new Slayer. It's like, no, I really don't like you.
Yeah. So she runs into Spike,
Mhm.
and Spike's like,
How does she know about, like, I know they've talked about Spike,
Well,
but
I
what
don't
does she
know
know
if-
about Spike?
I don't know what Faith would know about Spike, but Spike is the one to address Fuffy.
Yeah, but later she's like, oh, you're Spike.
Yeah,
The
you're
Bloody.
William the Bloody.
Yeah, like, how does she, like, does she know that from just, like, I'm trying to figure out the crossovers of when Spike came around and when Faith was around.
See, I don't think that they've ever crossed paths, because
They
Spike
never
was
met, for sure.
Yeah, Spike was a season 2 thing, and Faith / Angelus. Well, no, because Angelus was with Spike.
Yeah. But I don't remember where
But-
Faith
oh.
crosses over.
Yeah, did they ever meet? I don't think
they definitely haven't met because she doesn't recognize him. But I'm sure during the times when she would talk to the Buffy gang, they might have brought up Spike.
Yeah, they definitely would have talked about him. But so then she starts like flirting with Spike and getting like up in his face, like, oh. And Spike's like, yeah, the only reason I don't kill anything, like Spike just explains everything that's wrong with him just to like let Faith in on it. Like, yeah, you know, why I'm here, because I can't go out and feed because of that chip, remember? Because your boyfriend at the initiative put a chip in my head and it makes me a vampire that can't feast or hurt anything. And Faith is like, oh, okay, cool. I got all the information I need now. But like, why would Spike be saying that to Buffy?
Well, it gets prompted in the weirdest way ever. She goes, you're a vampire. And he goes, I used to be. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, wouldn't this make Spike suspicious?
Why would Buffy ever say, you're a vampire? Now, here's the thing I'll say. Us having known that there's a body switch and then a person acts weird, we can be like, oh, something's up. But I wouldn't specifically go, ooh, this is a different person in a different person's body. I wouldn't
do that, but I would be like, I wouldn't do that, but I would be like, this is weird. Like, yeah, you know I'm a fucking vampire, Buffy.
Yeah.
Like, why are you acting like this?
She's like, are you trolling? Are you fucking with me? Like,
yeah. And then when she's like, oh shit, William the Bloody, you can't feed anymore. And he's like, yeah. It's like, how is this not suspicious at all for this guy?
Yeah. Like, it should at least be like him being like, are you okay? Like,
yeah. But then she gets like in his face and she's like, you know why I could kill you right now and I should, but I won't because I can do whatever I want because I'm strong and I can take whatever I want, including you, Spike. And she's like super close and Spike's looking like, are we about to fucking kiss, dude? Like Spike is even like, whoa. And she's getting real sexual at him. And then she's like, but you know what? I'm not gonna because you're a fucking loser or whatever. And then she just walks away. And then Spike is like, fuck this. He just like takes his beer and throws it at the wall. And then he goes to pushes a guy, and then gets his little brain pain thing.
There's a moment where he, after she does that and she walks away, I don't understand why she's trolling Spike. But when she walks away, I mean, and kudos to Sarah Michelle Gellar for playing this role. And like, she does a great job with playing a different, like, embodiment, you know, than she normally has.
She tapped into that cruel intentions part of herself.
Exactly. He goes, when I get this chip out of my head, you and I are going to have a confrontation. And I was like, yeah, like I still like that Spike is still bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like it. I don't know why. I just like that he has to just like all of a sudden be like, all right, I fight demons now and I hang out with the Scoobies. A thing that Fuffy says, which drove me a little crazy, was that she said, like, she's ripping on she rips on Buffy, basically being like, oh, because I'm a stuck up and I do all the right things or something like that. And she's like, and when I could be anything, I could be rich, I could be famous, I could have anyone, right? Faith, you are also a slayer.
Yes.
Why do you think that Buffy could have all these things, but you yourself couldn't?
Exactly.
And if you think you could have that, what are you doing to have that? Like, how can Buffy be rich and you can't be rich when you guys have the exact same power source and resources?
And you think of yourself as hotter than Buffy and like you're so much sexier.
And you think you could be famous? Like what? Like you could tell people that Slayers exist? And like what are you talking about?
I guess if she like wanted to be an athlete?
Sure, but Faith, leave.
Yeah.
Go overseas and be an athlete.
Yeah.
Be famous overseas or something. I don't know. Like, I don't understand what she thinks Buffy could do as a Slayer in high school.
Yeah. I mean...
And Buffy can't have anyone she wants because she wanted Parker. And dude is a regular guy and was like, nope to the Slayer.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna fuck some other chick stuff.
Even that Scott guy broke up with her.
Yeah, Scott Hope.
Yeah, Buffy can't have anybody she wants.
No, she can only have the most disturbed individuals. Forced drug addicted or vampires.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was like. When she said all that, I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it does make sense. Like, you could do all that, but like, what's stopping you from doing that? Faith?
Yeah. Why do you have to switch bodies to do it?
Yeah.
And they don't even say where she's taking a flight to, which I hate it.
I know. I hated that too.
I went back on that scene when she made the phone call because I heard her say it in the morning, but I was like, oh, where did she say she was going to go? And it wasn't anywhere. It was just generic travel.
Yep. So then we have a scene with a bunch of vampires in the sewers walking around, and then Adam comes out from behind the shadows, and they're like, who the hell is this guy? Let's freaking suck this guy's blood. And he starts getting all philosophical with them. One of them tries to attack him, and he just grabs him by the head and just squishes it like a grape.
Well, he rips his head off.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ.
I like Adam. Adam is fun bad guy. I like it.
I don't
push
like
back.
Adam.
I like Adam. I like his thinking and like trying to be like super weirdly logical. Like when he told the vampires, it's like, you guys are immortal but fear death more than regular people. And I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's so true. They're so afraid of dying. Vampires are so afraid of dying.
Yeah. I did like that they were like, you don't even know who we are. He's like, let me guess. You're afraid of wooden stakes, sun, and fire.
And being beheaded.
And then also being beheaded. Yes. Apparently that works too.
Like vampires aren't immortal. They have so many ways to die.
Yeah.
And then they're like the weird demons that are like part in like halfway alive, halfway dead, not quite human, not quite full demon. Like I liked it. Later he mentioned something else, but like I don't know. It's just like I like a super powered, smart demon versus like what we had before.
See, but is he smart, or is he just like constantly asking questions? Like it seems like all of his lines are questions.
He's like, I mean, he definitely has figured out like the vampire conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It's like, it's just something more to him than like, I think maybe it also contrasts with Faith. Like, I'm just going to do whatever and anything that happens versus this guy that's like, oh, I'm going to start a vampire cult to do my bidding. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. He's up to some crazy shit.
I mean, I don't know what his end goal is because now he's still like in his infancy of like, I'm trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
Like, all of our previous big bads were like, I'm going to take over the world and I'm going to bring hell to earth. And then like the logical flaw in that is, well, if you get rid of all the humans, how are you going to feed and all this shit? And like, what happens after that? Like, are you head demon or whatever? Like, there's a lot of flaws in that. We don't know enough about Adam yet to be like, well, what's his end goal? His current goal is just like, I'm trying to figure shit out. And in the process, like, I'm going to kill I'm going to fuck some shit up. Yeah. That's what I was made to do. I'm here to kill and all that kind of shit.
And that was like, is that what they made him to do? To kill anybody? What? That's
what was on that goddamn floppy disk.
And that's the one thing about having Maggie Walsh's character disappear is that we kind of lose a lot of like, why did they have room 314? And now Adam has to explain it. There's no...
Well, it's also like, why isn't Adam looking for Riley? Because it seems like Riley was integral to whatever plot he was getting on about. And it's like, not like Riley's hiding anywhere.
Well, I mean, that's the case for almost all of these characters. Buffy is easy to find. Giles's house is like ground zero for demons, watchers, ex-slayers. People just pop into that place. Like, he might as well just not even have locks on the door. Like, seriously.
Right now, I'm not sold on Adam. I think his look is stupid. Like, it gets dumber.
He looks, I mean, he's got like this weird hat. Yeah. I don't
He
know.
looks
I still
dumber
like
every
it.
time I see him, I feel like. It feels like the mechanical part of his face got bigger this episode.
I don't know. It's insane that he somehow has a green face that's exactly the same as his regular face. Like they found exactly the same person, but a demon person. He looks stupid. He's a mechanical. I don't know. It's up there with that like MODOK level.
See, I like that guy.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I kind of like MODOK, and this is like MODOK had a better look for sure. It was
I feel
beautiful.
like MODOK is the Marvel character.
Yeah, but it's what was it? It was something.
It was something
some-
similar to it. It was like
yeah.
Murdoch or
Some more
Moldrock or yeah. Whatever. Adam wants to chat with the vampires and be like, hey, why don't you come to our side? And after they see Adam behead one of their bros, they're like, all right, yeah, sure. We'll be your
Vampires
minions.
are the ultimate minions. Just slap one around and no one follow you. Spike shows up in the town, bitch slaps one, they're like, you're our leader now. Angelus comes back after like years away and they're like, all right, tell us what to do, guy. Like they're just some followers, man. Bootlickers. Neck biting bootlickers.
So Baith wakes up in the back of the Watcher armored truck and they're talking about how they're going to take her back to England. And Baith is like, you guys got it all wrong. All right. I am Buffy Summers. There was a body switch thing that happened. Faith is in my body right now and I am in hers. And the Watcher guy's like, oh, that's interesting. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Never heard someone try that one before.
Yeah. And Baith is like, no, but I'm for real. And the guy's like, hey, I don't care. All I'm being paid to do is to send this package back to England. You're the package. It's done. It's over. My job is over once I ship you off. So I don't really give too much of a fuck. And one guy is like, man, we fucking should have killed this dumb bitch while she was asleep for perverting the Watchers. And he spits in her face.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
I was like, yo, this Watcher group, and this is the special operations unit that handles wet work and kidnapping and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And wet work is murdering people. Like the Watchers are
Where
so
are these
interesting.
Watchers?
I'm just saying the Watchers Council is so interesting, and we're like halfway through season 4, and we're just diving into them, which
Dude.
is crazy to me.
Yeah, and it's like I said earlier, all the Watcher shit we've seen up to this point has been stuffy British people. It's Giles, who, he's got the Ripper thing going on,
Which was
is
separate.
cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah, which was before Watchers and everything. Wesley, who is a fucking goof.
Mm-hmm.
Gwendolyn, whatever her last name, Post,
No.
who was a stuffy British lady.
Mm-hmm.
And then the head Watcher guy that conducted the exam with Buffy and Kralik, who was a stuffy British guy. Like, where were these fucking hardcore goon people?
We did see the goons when Wesley went to kidnap Angel.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
We also saw goons with the Kralik thing too, but
Yeah.
they weren't
they weren't
as
really
tough.
goons. They were just like assistants helping,
Yeah.
basically. But yeah, when Wesley brought his team to beat the shit out of Angel and kidnap
Okay,
Faith.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You do
Because they
bring
kidnapped
that.
Faith before. That's
Yeah.
what they did. They tried to kidnap, and Faith brings that up.
Yeah.
Because when they like, oh, the Watchers have it, and she goes, oh, didn't work out last time when they got Faith, and that's when he's like, oh, it's a special unit this time. So those guys with Wesley weren't the special hired unit. But I do love. I wrote down that I thought like Buffy perverted the Watcher Council more by quitting than Faith did by being a bad slayer.
Yeah. Well, Faith seemed like she quit the Watchers before Buffy did.
Yeah, she just didn't have
She didn't have a Watcher.
There were 2 Watchers in Sunnydale watching one. It was so weird because then all of a sudden they started training her and trying to rehabilitate Faith.
Yeah.
Remember they were doing like training sessions and
Yeah, they were in
competing
like
for time?
obstacle courses and shit.
Yeah, which I would have loved to have seen that on the field. Like people playing soccer and football, and then like some random guy who doesn't go to the school training 2 hot teenage girls and running them through cone drills. Like, what am I saying? Yeah.
Like, Buffy is like this huge perversion to the Watcher, like this affront to the Watchers Council. But like, how was Faith not that?
No, they're saying Faith is.
No, I think the guy who spat on Faith was saying like, yeah, but I'm saying that he knows, he's like, and even if you are Buffy Summers, fuck you for quitting the Watchers Council.
No, I don't think he thinks she's Buffy at all. I don't think that's what he's spitting on. I think he's spitting on Faith for being Faith. No, he's not spitting on her as if she's someone else. No, that's not what's happening at all. He's like, we should have killed you when you were asleep, and then he spits on you. Like, he thinks this is still Faith. He doesn't think this is Buffy at all.
I don't think you're right.
You're completely projecting that onto him. He literally says, we should have killed you when you were asleep.
Yes, he did say that.
Meaning
and
Faith.
Then I think he says, even if you are Buffy.
He doesn't say, even if you are Buffy.
No, but he doesn't exactly say that. But I think that's like the notion. And he's like, I should, like, you perverted the Watchers Council by quitting, and then like spat on.
No, he doesn't say the quitting thing either. Like, I think you're throwing. I think you're throwing in two things. Like, you're adding the quitting and even if you are. I must
be going crazy. I could have sworn that happened.
No, that's what I was just talking about. But no, that's not what happened at all. He thinks this is Faith. He doesn't like Faith. I think it's weird that they also are okay with Buffy, even though she quit, but they're more mad at Faith because she's like murdering innocents as a slayer. Yeah. He's spitting on her purely as Faith. There's no, if he saw Buffy, he would not spit on her or do any of this. This is purely Faith.
Okay.
Because they don't believe her body is switched at all.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I just don't want to have another wish debate on something that's like this is pretty straightforward.
I am so
watch the scene again. Go back and watch that scene.
I'm gonna have to, because I'm like, is my mind really that fucked up? Like, did I really misremember that hard? Like,
yeah, I don't. I'm about 99%. Like, I'm willing to be wrong if you watch it again and you're wrong. Okay. We could talk about it on Discord, but yeah.
So now Willow takes Tara to the Bronze. She's taking her outside, not with her friends, but she's like, we can be seen together, but just not by anyone that I know. And Tara's like, whoa, you used to come here? And Willow's like, we used to come here all the time, dude. This is the most happening place in Sunnydale. But I mean, it's the only place in Sunnydale, but you know, this is where we go.
Where is Tara from?
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's like she's not from here.
I think that you would.
I mean, she could be from Sunnydale.
I mean, the Bronze, you know, it's so far away from Sunnydale University.
Yeah. I will say 5 miles. You're probably not going there.
Yeah.
There's got to be something near the college. You're definitely going to that bar. You're definitely going to that pub, that underage bar. That
yeah. Oh yeah. That was serving the Black Forest liquor or whatever.
Did that burn down? Which one burned down? What place burned down in that beer bed? It wasn't the bar.
It wasn't the bar. It was like a weird study hall library, underground library study place. Because that's where Parker was studying, right?
Trying to make its moves on Willow. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But so then they're walking around and they're like, yeah, Willow's talking to Tara like, yeah, this is where the gang used to go. It's me, Xander, and oh shit, Buffy's here. And Buffy's in the, Fuffy is in the corner with a bunch of dudes, and she's screaming at them to chug some beer. Mm-hmm. And she's like, chug, 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 chug. Oh, you're a big pussy. You didn't do it fast enough, you loser. And then all of them just walk away.
Yeah. The classic thing I told you, like, you have the extras and then the real people come and it's like, they just drift away. Like, the conversation was never. You're a bunch of guys chugging beers. 2 other girls come over and you're like, oh, that's our time to get out of here.
Yeah. We gotta go.
No, introduce us to your friends. No, none of that. Yeah.
So Willow and Tara walk over to Fuffy, and Willow's like, hey, Buffy. This is my friend Tara. We've been doing witchcraft stuff together. She's super powerful. She's a super powerful witch. And Tara's like, stop. No, I'm not. Stop.
Can you just introduce me as a normal person?
You're embarrassing me, Will. You're embarrassing me in front of your friend Buffy.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And then Willow's like, Buffy, didn't you say that you're going out on patrol? And Buffy's like, oh, yeah. I went out on patrol and, there's nothing really happening. So I just came over here to blow off some steam because, I had that huge fight with Faith. I gotta blow off some steam. And then she's like sitting on this couch, like spread legged like a motherfucker, like man spreading like crazy.
Yeah.
Just like crotch.
Yeah. Right there, you're like, I don't know if this is Buffy.
Yeah. So they're talking for a little bit, and Willow's like, yeah, glad that Faith's gone. We can all kind of chill. Faith's crazy, right? And Buffy's like, yeah, we get it. You think Faith is a bad person. All right. So Willow's like, all right, well, I'm going to go get something to drink. Does anybody want anything? Tara, you want anything? She's like, I'll take a water. And Buffy's like, nah, I'm good. So then Willow
Crazy, Buffy. You're not going to have her get you anything?
Dude.
Make her spend some money on you.
Yes.
Like, just be an agent of chaos.
Yeah.
Ask for 2 things and try to make her carry it through the place, Like,
who'd be good in this body switching situation? Ethan Rain.
Oh my God, Ethan Rain would be so good.
He would be the best at like causing chaos.
He would emotionally manipulate every single one of them.
Yeah, like how do you not do that?
How do you not ask for like?
How do you not
ask for like like you're already out of the depths and lying your ass off and not doing your job of covering? Why are you not like, yeah, give me a bottle of wine? Or something dumb like. And Will's like, what? And he's like, hey, I had a hard night. Like, I don't know, like just do something chaotic.
Dude, how does she not bang Xander again just to like fuck with Xander's head, like screw up his relationship with Anya, and then make Xander think that he's got a shot with Buffy when they switch back, if they ever do? Like, do something.
And like we're saying this stuff and we're not like making her do stuff that she wouldn't already do.
Yes.
Like she tries to
do it
later.
Banged Xander.
She tries to bang Ryan. She bangs Ryan later.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. I just expected more chaos from her being in this body, and there's not. Honestly, there's zero chaos from her being in this body. The mom thinks that Buffy's gonna come and hang out with her more. Oh no, Joyce will be like, "Wait, I thought you said you're gonna hang out with me more, Buffy." Buffy's like, "I don't remember that." Wow. Okay. Cool. Like that's the chaos you sowed. Like,
yeah.
Just like. You didn't fuck with Giles at all?
Nope.
How do you not fuck with Giles?
Yeah.
You lied on Buffy when you were a regular person.
Yeah.
In the previous episode, you told Giles that she killed the guy that you killed. And now that you're on a switch
that was more chaos than this.
Yeah. That's what I don't get. Like, if you're gonna switch bodies, it has to be pure chaos. It has to be pure chaos or pure laying low and hoping you don't get caught. And she does the middle. Does everything to get caught. Does not sow chaos. And the chaos that she sows is with 2 people outside of the group, Spike and Tara. And Spike was purposeful but weird. And Tara's right now is like completely accidental.
Yeah. So Willow walks away to go get the drinks or whatever. And Buffy notices that Tara is looking all lustfully at Willow, and Buffy's like,
she's got those fuck me eyes on Willow like every scene.
And Buffy's like, oh, so you and Willow have been hanging out quite a bit, huh? And you've never met me before. This is interesting. Huh. That's weird that she never introduced us, because she introduced us to Oz like right away. Yeah, her ex-boyfriend. Yeah, she was always talking about Oz, and we were always hanging out with Oz, and Oz was so cool. I wonder why she wouldn't introduce you. She must want to hide you, huh? And then Tara's like, gets all awkward and stuttery, which was like, what?
She has a stutter now?
Yeah, that was the weirdest addition to it. She was like, and then Fluffy's like, spit it out, idiot. I was like, this is terrible.
And she's like, oh, Willow's not driving stick anymore.
Yeah,
To start it. It's like, yeah, they're not hiding it, but they do a good job of hiding it for the early 2000s crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not subtle, but it's like subtle enough that you can get it past the like censor board or whatever like morality clause crap that you have to go through of like, oh, should we do this?
Dude, I don't think it's subtle at all.
I mean, it's not subtle, but it's like
it's not coming out and being like, we're together.
Yes, exactly. It's that like Seinfeld had that like, what did they do? Like, not that there's anything wrong with it. Like, they would just like not say it. It was like one of those like where you could just play along with the thing without like coming out and just being like, like the scene that happens later is like ultimate that.
Yeah,
like it's the closest that this show might get to a lesbian sex scene.
So, or not even like girl on girl,
or
lady
guy on guy, girl on girl, like
guy, whatever. So Willow returns and she tells Fuffy, "Hey, see that dude in the corner? That's a vampire." And Fuffy's like, "Oh yeah." And then Willow's like, so you gonna do anything about that?" And Fuffy's like, "Oh right, I'm a slayer." This is what Buffy does. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'll go kill him.
You are also Faith, who was a slayer.
I think that
like is she forgetting that she used to kill vampires? She also likes killing vampires.
That's the thing, is like she would like beat the shit out of them, like just.
She killed a demon last episode that was like a demon friend of the mayor.
Of the mayor, yeah.
No questions asked. Like he's like, "Hey, I got a package for you." Neck break.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you want to test out this body that you're in to see how it moves? Does it move faster than me? How do I keep getting beat up by this body? Like, right? Wouldn't you like fight a vampire and be like, "Oh, wow, she has a little quick twitch faster," you know? Like something. See how high you can jump. I don't know.
But so Fuffy's like, "All right, I'll go kill him." So she goes to the back room. The dude vampire is just already like feasting on this lady.
Are they even outside?
It looks like they're like in the like boiler room or like storage closet. They're not. I don't think they're outside.
This is the craziest thing about the Bronze. Willow's like, "Hey, let's go to the Bronze." Oh, hey, there's a vampire picking up a lady here. Like Tara's like, "What the fuck is going on?
You guys used to come here all the time?"
Yeah, it's super fun. Like we dance around and then we're like, "Oh, that's a vampire." And then like she goes out back, breaks a pool stick. No one asks why you took a pool stick with you.
Yeah, dude. When she just took that pool stick off of the pool table, I was like, I wanted someone at that table to be like, "Hey."
Just the sound effect. Hey.
Yeah.
God, Buffy's such an asshole. Like everyone thinks this is Buffy doing this stuff. So next time she comes back.
Yeah, this is the same thing as like Vamp Willow.
Yeah. Like,
where it's like everyone thinks that's real Willow.
Yeah. They think that Willow killed a girl at the Bronze.
Yeah. And now she's just there. They didn't even like put Willow's picture up in the Bronze and be like, "Do not serve" or anything.
How she's just Willow not wanted for murder.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. So Fuffy goes to the back. Dude's feasting on the lady. Fuffy stakes him. And the lady's like, "Oh my God." Fuffy looks at her neck. She's like, "You'll live." And then she just walks away. And the girl was like, "Oh my God, that guy was going to eat me." And Fuffy's like, "Yeah, well, he's gone now." And she starts walking away and the girl grabs her and she's like, "Thank you." And Fuffy's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." The girl's like, "No. Thank you." And Buffy's like, get off of me, dude.
It's like she had like a moment of like, wait, this is what it feels like to help people? And I'm like,
but she was helping people before.
I know. I don't get, like, this is and like, it's not like every time Buffy kills a vampire, there's some damsel in distress that like says thank you at the end.
Yeah, dude.
And this girl is taking this real well, being bitten by a vampire.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, oh, I've heard about these.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's not like, what the fuck was that?
And I was like, at one point, I was like, is Buffy gonna just let her get drained and like hang out with the vampire? Because he was on that neck for a while.
Dude, and here's the other thing.
Yeah.
So that girl turns around, and the guy that was just with her is now just straight up gone. Mm-hmm. No questions?
She's got a lack of blood. So she's just in shock, but she's not so in shock that she can't think so profusely.
Just, what happened? Like, what? Buffy's like, he's gone now. Don't worry about it. It's like, well, where? Like, if I turn the corner, is he going to be there? What happened to him?
What did you do? Yeah.
Is
there something I'm supposed to put on my neck here? Like, what am I supposed to do? Can I get like something to stop the bleeding? Is there a coagulant that vampires have? It doesn't make sense. They're not mosquitoes.
Oh, God. So
she died in that alleyway. Like she's just dead out there. She immediately passed out as soon as Buffy went inside.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Upgrade your business with Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning fewer carts going abandoned and more sales going cha-ching. So if you're into growing your business, get a commerce platform that's ready to sell wherever your customers are. Visit Shopify.com to upgrade your selling today.
This episode is brought to you by Etsy.
Oh.
Hear that?
Okay. Thank you.
Etsy knows these aren't the sounds of holiday gifting. Well, not the ones you're hoping for. You want squeals of delight. Happy tears.
How did you?
And spontaneously written songs of joy.
I am so happy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, the song needs a bit of work, but anyway, to get those reactions, make sure everyone on your list feels heard with handmade, handpicked, and designed gifts from small shops on Etsy. Gifts like personalized jewelry, custom artwork, cozy style items, vintage pieces, and home decor to celebrate all of your favorite people and their specific kind of special. For original gifts that say, I get you, Etsy has it.
So Buffy or Fuffy is like, all right, no problem. Don't worry about it. She walks back into the bronze. And Willow's like, you take care of it? And Buffy's like, yeah, of course I take care of it. I do that. I'm Buffy. That's what I do because vampires are bad and I kill them.
Buffy, you normally don't say you're talking the third person as much as you're doing now. I like it. You should keep doing it.
So Willow's like, you know what? This is a lot of excitement. I think I'm going to walk Tara home. And Buffy's like, oh, yeah, you are.
You just saw a vampire, and now you just want to go on a two-girl stroll home.
Yep. You just got to the bronze, too.
Well,
like, you've been at the bronze for 10 minutes tops.
Yeah. But
you
Tara,
just got your drinks.
But Tara said she's not feeling well.
Oh, yeah, because Buffy was mean to her.
Yep.
So
I'm telling you, Tara, you're not gonna. Willow might just drop you if you're gonna be like this every time you take you out.
You better fucking act right, Tara. This is why I don't introduce you to my friend. You embarrassed me. You embarrassed me.
That would be the craziest turn if Willow became like an abusive girlfriend. Where's my dinner? I thought we were gonna go out. The game's on.
I've been out all night fucking witchcraft and I come here and you ain't got
Xander's over again. He's my friend.
Just becomes Andrew Tate. Oh God. So Willow's like, yeah, I'm going to walk Tara home. And Fluffy's like, all right, yeah, sure you are. And so Willow then goes like, so are you going to come back to our dorm or are you going to go to Riley's? And then Fluffy's like, oh, right. I could fuck Riley.
Where does he live again? That's my immediate thought. Like, where does he live? And how do I get there? Can you write it down?
Right, Riley, that guy.
Right.
Where? Dude, that was so fucking funny.
Like, I just like, how does she know how to get to this place?
So now we're back with the Watcher goons. And they're like, hey, she woke up. Baith is woken up again. And she's causing a ruckus. There's a lot of clanging going on over there. Let's go tranquilize her again. Smithy, you go do it. And then they send this poor guy in there with a fucking big syringe.
I'll bring it up later, but he is not a part of the group.
No, he is not.
There's something he does later on. I was like, that is insane. But yeah.
So they go to like tranquilize her through the window, it looks like. Is that right? Like, don't they like stick a hand through a window?
No, that's later.
That's like, oh, you're right.
She
you're
chokes
right,
this guy. Basically,
Yeah.
he goes in to do it, and she wraps the chain around his neck. She threatens to break his neck. The other guys show up, and they're like unhandcuff me slowly.
Yeah.
And they're like, we put our affairs in order before every mission we go on.
Mm-hmm.
Smithy knew the deal. And then they just lock the door, and they complain about her, like, oh, this is going to be more of an issue than we thought it would be if the Watchers can get a safe passage. Yeah, because they got to fly her out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
They need a helicopter or a plane.
I like that these dudes are ruthless as fuck. That they're like, go ahead.
I thought they were going to shoot him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But they were like,
go ahead. Yeah, we don't care.
We put our favors on. And that guy's like, wait, what? I didn't put my favors in order.
Yeah,
No,
he looked at him like, are you serious? I thought we were bros.
And Baith is like, man, these Watchers mean business.
Yeah. So this isn't fucking Wesley Wyndham Price that I'm dealing with.
And then she just kicks him out of the car. Or like she doesn't kill him.
Yeah. So then we have a scene of Fluffy showing up to Riley's all sexy like.
Mm-hmm.
Just standing in a doorway, and Riley turns around and is like, oh, hey. So then we go to Willow taking Tara back home, and Tara's like, hey, man, let me tell you something. That was not your friend Buffy. And Willow's like, yeah, I mean, she did seem a little off. And Tara's like, no. Let me tell you something. I can sense people's energies, and from what I gathered from this girl's energy, it seemed like something was wrong. Something was fractured. It seemed like something else was stuck inside of her. And also, she was kind of mean to me.
Mean? That's not the Buffy I know.
Yeah. Willow's like, oh, no. And then Willow's like, you mean like kind of like she's been possessed? And Tara's like, yeah, it's possessed. Could be possession. And Willow's like, did you feel anything about a hyena possession? Because that's happened before, and hyenas possessing people, that's bad news. And I was like, wow. What a callback.
That is
a callback.
That is a deep, deep pull.
Yeah. That's for like the deep fans of this show. Like, you need to have been tuned in to all of this.
I mean, that's season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Different principle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, that is early stuff. I love that they brought it up.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Whenever they do that, really early, they're like, yeah, you were dating a mummy girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fun. It's like, okay.
Because for us, it's been like a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
But for people watching the show, it's been like 4 years.
Exactly. Like, they need to dig deep into their memory banks of like, oh, right. And I think this...
And if you missed that episode when it just randomly aired,
and that's
you
the thing,
had to
like,
catch the rerun. You could have caught the rerun on
True.
over the couple years.
But like streaming wasn't happening back then. I don't even know if they were like selling DVD box sets or...
Yeah, the DVDs around
Because
around
it's year
like
2000.
Yeah, like 2001, 2002. That's when like DVD stuff. I remember like Family Guy got brought back because of like the DVD sales.
Yeah. So this is for the true believers, the true fans, baby.
The people that listen to this podcast.
Yeah. So Tara's like, let's do a spell and see what's up with this Buffy situation. What's going to have to happen is we're going to have to send you to the nether realm beyond the physical world, and you're going to need to be able to...
They start throwing like, they were like nether realm, astral projection. Like they start throwing everything in there, and it's like, I'm going to have to be your anchor. I'm going to have to be tethered together.
Yeah, and Willow's like, okay, I trust you. He's like, no, this is like serious stuff. And Willow's like, I trust you.
It's like Kiss.
Yeah, I know. Just get it over with already. Ellen's been a lesbian on TV for 6 years at this point, I think.
Was she able to kiss someone on screen?
Oh. Yeah, when was the first gay kiss on TV? I don't know. Even like Modern Family, they don't kiss that much. Yeah. They will, but they don't do it. Yeah, because I still got to appeal to middle America. Yeah. Dude, it's crazy how people, like, they have to keep that in mind. Like, well, even today, where it's
like, Disney has to deal with that with, like, selling stuff overseas. So, like...
Oh, yeah. In China, they'll be like, nope.
They just, like, allude to people in relationships. But it's, like, so, like, okay, it'll be this scene. We can cut it out for international distribution. Or, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So now Fluffy is at Riley's, and Riley's like super concerned about Faith. He's like, well, isn't that Faith chick on the loose? Like, what happened? Are you all good with this Faith stuff? And Fluffy's like, don't fucking worry about it. Dude, I'm here to suck your dick.
Can I just say, he's a military guy, but his back is to the door.
That's wide open.
Like, you just don't set your desk up that way.
No.
Back
Dude,
to the
I'm
door.
Not a military guy, and my shit isn't like that.
Like,
Forrest could walk in, catch you beating your meat.
Dude, Maggie Walsh has already been watching that, so it doesn't matter. Maggie Walsh
Forrest is like, hey, Maggie, can I get those tapes?
I forgot Forrest has a scene in this episode.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. But no, why is it... You don't have your back to the door as a soldier.
No.
Yeah.
You never do that.
What was he doing? Homework? Are they still going to school?
Dude.
It's like he's not even in the military, but he still lives in that house.
So he's all concerned, and then Fluffy starts to get like all sexy with him, and Riley's like, okay, well, if we're going to do this, like, you want to shut the door? The door's open. And Fluffy's like, who gives a shit? Let's give him a show, Daddy-O. And he's like, I don't want all of my friends seeing you naked and seeing how small my penis is.
As we know, it's huge.
It's huge. Said it was big, but I didn't know it was huge like this.
Xander wants to sleep with him. It's so big.
Yeah. So he gets up, closes the door, and then Fluffy just like bends over, face down, ass up, and she's like, how do you want me, big boy? And Riley's like, what? And she's like, yeah, what's your fantasy? Anything you want to do? And Riley's like, this isn't like you.
Is there anything you want to do to this body?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Riley's like, this isn't like you. And she's like, well, why are you concerned about this? You know me. I'm Buffy. And he's like, and I'm Riley.
Yeah. And then he's like, yes, this is Buffy and Riley.
It's funny because like he's suspicious enough to be like, this is weird, but not suspicious enough to be like, well, I still want to get my dick wet. Like,
I mean, that's literally most of the. Like, I feel like most guys in that situation would be like, "Are you okay? Are you sure you're normal?" But I'm not gonna jump to body swapping.
Dude, this is kind of completely unrelated. but I was watching a YouTube video recently and they were talking about how actors like, you know, they work out super hard for their shirtless scenes. Mm-hmm. And it was an interview with James Marsters. And he was talking about how like, hey, if I'm going to do a shirtless scene, will you let me know so I can prepare for it? Because I don't want you to do a Mark Blucas to me.
He said that?
Yes.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, shit, I've been a little too hard on Mark Blucas because he didn't know he was going to be doing a shirtless scene. He didn't have time to prepare to get jacked or anything.
All of the stuff you see, like when you look at like a Thor movie and you're watching him and he's like ripped as shit, and then you watch him just in regular shows, he just like, he's strong.
No,
but
he's big.
Not rippling. And the same is with that Captain America scene when he's got the helicopter and he's like fucking curling and it's like bicep just popping out. And you're just like, man, that is crazy. And then you see Chris Evans, he's like, oh, he's just like,
yeah, I mean, it's so unmaintainable all year round or whatever. It's like, it's for those scenes. They dehydrate themselves. Dude, that's the worst one.
They made him work out forever. COVID hit. It took forever. So he had to stay in that level for like a year and a half. And he does not go shirtless the whole Eternals movie.
Yeah. What a waste.
I'm sorry. I'm just ripping my shirt off at some point.
Additionally, all of those guys are on steroids. All of them.
Yeah,
there's no fucking way.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, they get so bulked up so quick.
But when I heard that interview with James Marsters, like I was watching it, and it was completely unrelated.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, like listen to this interview with James Marsters where he was talking about how he had to get shirtless for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and when he was like, don't do a Mark Blucas to me, don't make me look bad, you gotta give me several months in advance so I can get fucking shredded or something.
You also want those scenes to happen early in production, so you don't have to like keep training throughout the whole thing. Like, get my shirtless scene out of the way so I can be a normal person and act. And I think we'll have a little bit of that in the Angel episode, because he's back in his like little tank top, and Boreanaz sometimes is jacked, sometimes he's not.
Yeah,
he's just like whatever.
Yeah,
I got a lot to say about this Angel one. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, this Angel episode. Subscribe to that Patreon if you want to. But I will say, Xander, anytime that he's been like shirtless or in a tank top, he's been looking good. Like, dude's got good genetics. He's got good
younger
like
than everyone else too.
He could be.
You know, he's got a twin brother.
Really? Nicholas Brendan or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Cool. He's got good like muscle building genetics though.
Yeah, like he's just like squared off the right. Like it's just there. Like I don't think he's like I need to work out like all the time. I think he just has like the definition.
Yeah, he's got the good skeletal structure to like hold it, and it looks good on him. Anyway, what's this episode about?
What are we talking about here? You wrote me into your... You wrote me into... Okay, so Buffy's trying to have sex with Ryan.
Am I the Willow and Tara? Am I going to realize that it's fucking...
You thought you were an Oz man, but you're not.
No. So anyway, speaking of Willow and Tara, they're starting to do the spell to see what is going on with Buffy and where Buffy could be, because they are very suspicious. Tara's like, that was not your friend Buffy. So they do this like sweeping camera where it's just like swirling around both of them, and they're whispering all sexy like. They're whispering the spell. They're breathing heavy, sweating, and then they start holding hands all sexy, and then they're sweating some more, and then Willow passes out onto a pillow, and then she's like,
It is...
She orgasms herself into the nether realm.
It is the sexiest non-sex scene ever. And we watched The Craft. And The Craft did not have anything this sensual in it.
This was crazy, dude.
Like,
I was like, okay, this is getting a little intense. And then when Willow falls onto the pillow and she's like,
You understand why she's an American Pie with that band camp, that band camp story. Like, and How I Met Your Mother. They're like, oh yeah, you could do this stuff. Like you will go for it. And I also said that Willow is one of the most powerful people in the group and one of our power rankings. She has saved Buffy so many times.
Yeah. Well, and
just with the witchcraft,
she's got to get some confidence, dude.
And can you please turn Amy the rat back? It's no way you could do this.
You can fucking orgasm yourself into the nether realm and you can't take a rat and turn it back into a human? Like, Tara at least has to be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But like, so once she goes to the nether realm, there's like a whiteout and then it goes back to Buffy and Riley fucking?
Yeah, because they want to be like, because they want to be like, that was sex. And this is sex.
Okay.
You need
I
to
know
know
that that's the
sex.
link, but is that like what Willow is witnessing at this point now?
No.
Like, where did Willow go?
Doesn't matter.
She went to fucking Blisstown. That's where she went.
Tara's like, oh yeah, we didn't need to do that spell. We could have just said a couple words. I just wanted to. I gotta trick you into having sex through witchcraft. She's like, I don't want to have sex. Do you want to do some witchcraft? Fine.
Yeah. Oh.
Dude, that fall back and that moaning and the sweating.
It was crazy. That was one of the craziest things that's happened in the show.
Yeah. They decided to let themselves loose on season 4. With these sex scenes and these sex montages and chest kisses.
So Buffy and Riley, or Fuffy and Riley, are having sex. And then Riley stares deeply into Fuffy's eyes and he goes, I love you. And then Fuffy's like, ew, get off of me.
And this is where I was like, I'm ready for the chaos.
Yes. And Riley's like, what? And Fuffy's like, get the fuck off of me. Get off of me. No, ew, get off of me. And then Riley's like, what's wrong? What's going on? And then Fuffy's like, who are you? What do you want from me? From her? And Riley's like, what are you talking about? Like, you're my girlfriend. I love you. And then Fuffy goes, no, this is meaningless. And then Riley's like, oh, babe. And he covers her up with the fucking blanket.
And she's shivering now.
And Riley's like, what's going on with you? What happened? Is everything all good? And Fuffy's like, nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I was like, this is a dicey, weird scene. And I didn't like it at all.
This scene I feel like they're trying to do this thing which I don't want to be the case. And I was happy last episode that Faith came out of the coma and she was still a bad guy. Because I thought she'd come out of the coma, not remember a lot, and then they retroactively make her like personality change, and now she's a good guy. You know?
I don't remember anything. Amnesia. All I remember is being friends with Buffy.
Yeah. But here it's like him saying I love you and being nice seems to like break something within the Faith character, where she's like, wait, you don't want anything from me? You just literally want to like love me? Like I'm being loved, I'm being hugged, and people are thanking me for saving people. There's another way out. I don't have to be mean to be loved or something. And I don't know if they're fully going that way, but it seems that they're going that way. And I don't like that. And I don't like it also because we've seen Buffy get screwed over this season by a guy using her. And it didn't turn her to the dark side of killing everyone. you know? Like, and sure, I know different situations can cause different people to react in a different way. But it seems reductive to say that all Faith needs is a hug and someone to say, I love you. And that'll change her whole attitude.
Yeah.
Which is what this is seeming like they're doing.
Yeah, it's weird to me that, like, so just because, I don't know, I guess Faith, you know, is throughout her life or whatever, has been used and abused and all this shit. But it shouldn't be that she just doesn't think love exists for anybody. Like, it seems like she's like, love doesn't exist. Everybody's just manipulating and using people all the time, always.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's such a weird conclusion to, I mean, she's, hurt people, Vance.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense if this Riley thing, unless he is like the magical change your personality dick that they're assuming he has, because she slept with Xander, and then Xander was like, "Hey, I care about you." Like Xander did literally this. It's the exact same thing, and she tried to strangle that motherfucker.
Yeah,
to death, and he was just coming to check on her.
Yeah, Xander wasn't like, I love you, but he was like, hey, dude, like, we're concerned about you. I don't want bad things to happen to you. And she was like, fuck off. Choke.
Yeah. And the same exact situation is happening with Riley. And it's like, I wanted the chaos here.
Yeah.
I wanted her to be like, dude, I don't love you. I never did. I'm just using you. Walk out. I'm like, that's what you came there for, right?
Yes.
Did you come here just to have sex with someone in a different person's body?
Yeah, dude, that's
like, that was the whole point. You came to fuck with Riley. And like, he said, I love you, and he teed you up.
It's so stupid because it seems kind of like she's also operating like, Buffy and I are going to switch back eventually. Like, that's kind of how she's operating.
Yeah, like she's like skipping town tomorrow morning.
Yeah, like
who gives a fuck?
Burn the bridges.
Yeah.
Burn it to the ground, dude.
Sneak out of there and bang his roommate.
Yeah, bang Forrest.
Because I keep forgetting they're just in a frat house.
Yes, dude.
Like, I just don't get, like, Faith, be a chaos agent. And I don't know what happens next. Everyone listening to this is like, oh, you guys don't even know what's happening next with Faith or whatever. But yeah, I just didn't understand why we do a body switch for her to, and it's not like she has like hints of Buffy in her. It's not like they were in the same body. And it was like, oh, I can feel Buffy trying to be good inside of me. It was just like, no, you're still 100% Faith. Just the outside is different. So she's not having like Buffy emotions.
Yeah, I think so. Like, the best that I can come up with is like, she hates Buffy and she thinks that Buffy has a goody two shoes, but now she's seeing like the rewards of being a goody two shoes and doing good. And she's like, oh, I could be getting this if I was good. I've fucked my life up. But like, it seems like she doesn't give a fuck about any of that. Like, I don't know why
that's why
in this one episode, in this one day, like, it just changes everything for her. It's like, this. You used to be a good person.
And that's why the beginning line where she's like, where Joyce is like, what changed her? What made her this way? And Faith was like, basically, oh, what if she likes being this way? And I was like, that's kind of cool. I like that idea of like a person that's being bad actually just likes doing bad chaos stuff. And I'm like, that's fun. Like, I'm down with that. Like, it's not like, she had a one bad day and a boyfriend broke up with her and her dad yelled at her. And now she's just like, I'll murder everybody. Like, she's like, no, I kind of like being bad and I was pretending to be good.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way I saw it. Like, she was like, okay, I'm the Slayer. The Watchers come. I don't have any direction. And then the mayor showed up and the mayor's like, you can be bad and get things from it. And she's like, great. This is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted to be a bad person and have great things happen. And that's why she was like, yes, the mayor, I'm down. Fuck being this goody two shoes thing that I'm pretending to be. Like, she wants to rob and steal all the time.
Yeah, but like, it's also like she wants recognition for her deeds. And it's like, she wasn't getting recognition as a good Slayer because Buffy was already getting all that recognition.
Yeah. Which I'm like, guess what? It's a giant world. Go to a different city.
Yeah, exactly. There's vampires everywhere.
Everywhere.
Every fucking where, dude.
Go to a major city. Go to New York. Go to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You're fine. Like, I don't understand why she felt like I needed to take over Sunnydale besides the show taking place there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so now we go to Adam talking to the vampires and he's getting philosophical again. He's like, A lot of people don't know why they're here. I know why I'm here. I was created to kill. And I don't like you all fear death. That's what he fucking said, man.
I guess.
And then he asked them, what's the thing that they fear? Whatever.
Yeah, I thought when he said that, I thought it was going to be the Slayer.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this is how you're going to loop them into going after Faith Buffy. Is that like, what do you vampires fear the most? And they'd be like, this teenage girl.
One teenage girl goes to college around here.
Yeah, we could easily avoid her if we stop going to the Bronze, but
she's kind of spooky.
Or hanging out in the cemetery, but yeah.
So now it's the next morning, and Fuffy is putting on Riley's shirt and leaving. She's doing a Parker Abrams to her. She's fucking ditching this dude.
Wait, why is she putting on the shirt? Because she came there with clothes.
No idea, dude.
And she's like leaving. Like she's like leaving to go
to the airport.
Is she in the airport in that shirt?
No, I don't think so. I thought she was in like a light blue tank top at the airport.
Yeah. Did she go back home?
I guess.
Did she go back to Buffy's house to get a change of clothes and then went to the airport?
Or she went to Buffy's dorm because she is on campus.
Yeah.
But she puts on...
I don't know how she knows where any of this stuff is.
Exactly, dude.
But yeah.
So she puts on Riley's shirt, she leaves, and then Forrest shows up. Forrest is like, hope you left him alive. And Buffy's like, who the fuck are you? And Forrest is like, he just got fucking impaled by a big fucking thing. And you're just going to be up riding him all night? Like, that's not smart. He's got to heal. And Buffy's like, hey, guess what? I'll do what the fuck I want. And Forrest is like, oh, what? Why? Because you're the Slayer? And she's like, yeah, I am the Slayer, or something like that.
It's something like he says, like, you're a killer. And she's like, I'm not a killer. I'm the Slayer. And he's like, it's something like, I've been killing demons since before you were
before you were shaving
or something. And then,
which is not true.
And then it's just like, it's something he says that I don't remember. That's like really, he has like a line after she leaves or something that's really weird. It like lingers on him.
I'm gonna be honest, this scene was really weird to me. I was like, this could have been cut.
It was I think they only wanted it because this is more of like, you're a killer. And she's like, I'm not a killer. I don't like being called a killer anymore. It's like, wait, Faith. Oh, he goes, why do you care about what I say?
Mm-hmm.
Do you care what I think? And she's like, no, I don't. And leaves. And it's like, it's trying to like, they tried to rehabilitate Faith's whole like personality in like one episode.
Yeah.
And I don't think her being in Buffy's body helps.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, you care what I think about you? Like, and I'm like, I didn't understand Forrest here. Forrest hates her.
Yeah.
I need a little more hate.
He's all chummy with her at the beginning, where he's like, I hope you left him alive.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I forgot that she has to walk into the initiatives upstairs to bang her boyfriend down the hall. That's down the hall from Graham and Forrest and all the other soldiers.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go in there.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you can't sneak into the initiative, but you can sneak right next to the elevator that takes you downstairs to it. Like, what?
It's just like Forrest's energy in this scene changes so fast and out of nowhere. Like, when she comes down and he's like, hope you left him alive, it seems like he's about to be like fist bump, like, my man. And then she's just like,
yeah, it's not as stingy as it should be.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as fist bumpy, but I don't think it's as stingy.
But then it gets all confrontational and he's like, ugh. And then when he asks, like, why do you care what I think? It's like, then why are you talking to her?
Yeah, like, why? Like, that line is, like, set up so that she can respond to it, but it's not a line that he would say.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a weird one.
Yeah. Because he would never, like, he would rip into her instead of, like, he's like, oh, people might be afraid of you, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, something like that is what he would say more than, like, why do you care about my thoughts? Because then why are you talking?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like you're antagonizing her, but then are weird that she's antagonized by you. Like,
yeah.
So
then we go back to the Watcher goon guys, and now they've been ordered to kill Baith. Just out of nowhere, they get a phone call. They're like, "Huh, kill her."
This is why the Watchers are idiots. Like they said, you could have killed her when she was in the coma.
What changed?
What changed in the day? Oh, she held a guy hostage?
Yeah, like, does the council know that happened? They're like, they saw how expensive a trip to England was. They're like, ah, fuck it, just kill her.
They're like, I know you probably killed 2 cops and caused a lot of chaos. Like, you had to, like, steal a person from police custody.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're like, you know what? We don't even want her back here. Just, like, put her in the fucking Kralik cage. What are you guys doing? Like,
do dude.
You transport a vampire across the world.
And, dude, this is like, I don't know, dude. Yeah. So they're like, all right, I guess we got to kill her.
And somehow, I guess Buffy's super hearing, Baith's super hearing, she could hear the phone conversation from outside the truck and 2 doors away.
Yeah. And so this is where they reach through the window, and Baith grabs their hands with her ankles or something, like pulls them in, knocks that one guy out, I guess, and beats him up. And then she busts out of her shackles, jumps.
Well, she takes the gun and shoots the shackles free.
Yeah.
I think she takes the gun, shoots the shackles free. Then a guy comes in and she beats him up real easy.
Yeah. And then does she bust through the truck to get to the driver's seat, or does she get out?
No, I think she goes through she shoots through a lock that's in between. Okay. And then she goes into the front. And it's like, this is why Buffy can't drive.
Yeah.
This is what it's all been set up for, right?
Yep. She gets in, she's like, all right, time to drive. We know how to do this. And then she just drives away with no issue.
She drives away in this armored car through Sunnydale. The armored car that the cops have to be looking for.
Mm-hmm.
If any of those cops survived, and she just parks it outside of Giles' house. Just an armored car in that, like, residential street.
Yeah. An armored car that has like a bunch of bullet holes,
and the front is wrecked.
Yeah, and the back is flapping open. Probably a dead guy in the back.
Yeah, I think a guy was still in there. The one guy was like, "Hey, why do we have to kill her? She didn't kill me. We threw her. Like she could have killed me, and she let me go, right? Like he's trying to put a defense. He shoots at the car when it's driving away, and he is shooting while like punching his fist." While he's throwing the bullets, like his arm's not like locked. He's like bang, 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 bang. And I was just like, okay, you guys aren't like military.
You're not special ops.
You're not special ops. He's like, well, like he's just flinging the bullets out of the gun.
You didn't get plucked out of Iowa.
Yeah. I watched that and I was like, that's so silly.
All I had to do was like turn it sideways.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
But the best is like, because he's just an actor in the scene, he runs, like once he bursts through, he runs to the doorway that she burst through and just stops and then turns around and looks like, what?
Well, what am I going to do now?
Like as if he doesn't know, like hop in another car, chase it down. He's just like, oh, she made it out of the room.
Well, I guess that's that.
I'm sure she's not going to go to the one place we've already been in Sunnydale. Like, she goes right to Giles.
Yeah. So then we see Buffy at the airport in line, and she's getting her ticket or whatever. And then she's just kind of like sitting there.
Man, pre-9/11 airport.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we go to Baith, goes to Giles's. Baith tells Giles about the body switch, and Giles is like slowly backing up because he doesn't quite believe her. He's like going to, like, it seems like he's going to go reach for whatever kind of weapon he can find.
I do like his hands were full. I do like that idea that he was like in the middle of like his life. Yeah.
So Baith is like, Giles, I know that this is crazy and you might not believe me, but I am Buffy. There was a body switch situation. And Giles is like, I don't believe that. And Faith is like, dude, after all this shit we've been through, you don't fucking believe me. And Giles is like, nope. If you are really Buffy in there, you'll let me tie you up so I can trust you. And Faith is like, dude, we're not getting into your fucking bondage fantasies right now. All right?
We ain't got time for this. We ain't got time for this, man.
How about I tell you a bunch of shit that only I would know? And Giles is like, all right, I guess that'll suffice. And Buffy is like, dude, you were a fucking demon last week. You were a demon like 2 fucking episodes ago. I know so much about you. She says that. She says one other thing.
Well, she mentions that like she could hear people's thoughts because that was an episode.
Mm-hmm.
And that she overheard her mom talking about that he was like sex with him was like having sex with a stevedore.
Yeah.
Which I just looked up. It's like the people that unload crates on a boat or something.
On a dock.
Like,
yeah. As soon as she said that, she was like, my mom said that you had sex like a stevedore. What's a stevedore? And I was like, I'm with you on that one. And I paused and I looked it up. And the definition was a person employed or a contract engaged at a dock to load and unload cargo from ships. And I was like, is that good or bad? Like,
I know. Like, what is Buffy's? You know, she's getting shipments all the time for art stuff, so she might be banging stevedores left and right.
Her fantasy is like a UPS guy with those brown shorts.
That's why she opened the door the last episode when Faith rang. She was like, package?
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I was bringing up Giles act like he'd never been in a Freaky Friday, she's like, ask me any question. He goes, who's the president?
Yeah.
Like, it's something only Buffy would know, you idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
she's like, dude, when you became a demon, I looked into your eyes and I could tell it was you. You can't do the fucking same thing with me right now?
Yeah.
And Giles is like, okay, that's not enough. And she's like, I know you banged my mom. And he's like, all right, we hit gold.
I was like, her knowing that you were a demon should be clearly enough.
Yes.
Like,
but
that wouldn't even I wouldn't even need any more.
Giles is still suspicious until he gets into something embarrassing.
I will say, this does track with Giles being like, whenever Buffy tells him something weird is happening, he goes, it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, you live in Sunnydale. You're a watcher. Yeah. You know, if I come in and tell you anything, if I tell you that lamp came to life and tried to like shine me to death, you just go like, all right, let me look it up in the book.
Look it up in the book.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of lamp possession demon?
There's a light demon that is. Yeah.
So Giles is like, all right, now I believe you now that you know that I fucked your mom. So what are we going to do?
And how?
And then Buffy is telling him like, Faith had some kind of crazy ring situation that switched our bodies right before, right while we were fighting. And I don't know what it is. And then Giles is like, oh, that might have been some kind of ring switching bodies. Fucking hoochamadigger.
Yeah, they automatically know that this stuff exists.
Yeah. And then so Willow and Tara show up.
Yeah.
And Faith is like, hey, I know this is hard to believe. You're not going to believe me. And Willow's like, yeah, you're Buffy in Faith's body. We get it. We looked it up. We did a spell. We sent fucking Willow. We orgasmed her into the netherworld. And we got it. And guess what? While I was in the fucking netherworld orgasming my fucking brains out, we created a ring that'll just reverse this whole thing.
Yeah, it's glowing, it's green. Just slap your hands together. Like, we don't even have to tell you to slap your hands together because you know that happens. Just here you go, find her. As long as she hasn't left the state.
Yeah.
Because she's probably in your dorm, taking a nap. Just check that out.
So as they're explaining this, Giles gets a phone call, and the phone call is Xander, and Xander's there, and he goes, you better fucking turn on your TV because there's a report. And Giles hangs up the phone and he turns on the TV and there's something happening at a church.
I like to think that Xander's in bed with Anya and he's like, I don't have time to run over. We're just going to make a phone call. Or something.
Yeah. I like that Xander also like doesn't tell him what the situation is. He's just like, turn on your TV.
Yeah.
Like, what if they turn it on to like a different channel, or if there's like a commercial when they turn it on, or they've moved on to the next news story?
Yeah.
Like, but for the sake of the television show, they turn on the TV and it's the exact report that Xander was looking at. There are a bunch of hostages in a church, and one of them was sent out and had a punctured neck, and they were told, don't come in here unless our demands are met or whatever. I forget what the thing that they're saying.
Yeah, they
is,
sent out one person with a neck wound.
Yeah. The vampires are taking people hostage in a church.
with no weapons. It's just 3 dudes.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 dudes in a church.
So now we go into the church and the vampires are... There's like 15, 20...
Oh, well, we should mention that Tara finally meets Buffy as Baith.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, oh, pleasure to meet you. Hey, yeah.
Hey, nice to meet you. There's a much bigger concerns right now. I don't care about if you're hooking up with Willow or not.
There is a moment that they kind of tease where it's like, oh yeah, Tara knew that you were like, something was wrong with you just when she met you. Like, she knew something was fractured. And like, Baith has this look like she knew right away. You know, like, oh, is Tara something more? Kind of, it's just some slight moment, but they kind of hint at that.
Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah. Did she also?
Because Riley couldn't tell, and he was inside of me.
And didn't Tara hide some salt and ruin a spell once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we go inside the church, and the vampires have taken over the church. There's probably like 10 to 20 parishioners in there, and the vampire's giving a lecture to all the parishioners, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck I was so afraid of. I'm in this church now. I was afraid of this cross, and this isn't doing shit to me. All I had to do was face my fears and overcome.
Now I'm really confused.
Yeah.
Because...
Is it all mental? Is it all in their minds, Vance?
Because, I mean, we watched an episode of another show that we watched where some vampires are in a church, and they seem to be in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And very uncomfortable being in a church. Not impossible.
Yeah,
but
just not
pleasant.
happy about it.
Well, it wasn't pleasant. Here, they're just like, oh.
No, I overcame my fear of the church.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway. I didn't know church was going to be the thing at the end either. I thought it was just going to be slayers.
So they're no longer afraid, and then they're going to kill all the parishioners. The cops are outside, and fucking out of nowhere, Riley in a suit shows up, and he's like, what's the situation? And they just tell him. Yeah. And then he's like, all right, everybody stand down. And they're like, why? Wait, hold on a second. Who are you? He's like, this is a military operation now.
They're like, fine.
I'm like, okay, I'll take your word for it. Guy in a suit that showed us no credentials.
Yeah. I was like, is he FBI? Why is he in a suit? Like, we find out later why he's in a suit, but
yeah. But so here's where it gets tricky. So when Fuffy was at the airport, she saw this like same news report, and she was looking at it like, oh man, that's not good. Huh. And now Fuffy shows up, and she's going in to save the parishioners. And Riley's like, oh, hey, thank God you're here. And Fuffy's like, what's the situation? And he gives her all the intel. And she's like, all right, I'm going in. And he's like, I'm going in with you. And she's like, no, you're not. And he's like, why not? And then she pokes him in the stomach. They love doing this trick.
Yeah.
She pokes him in the stomach. He's like, ow. She's like, you're no use to me.
That's not what you said last night. But...
Oh.
Actually, you never said you loved me, and I'm really hurt.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm surprised Riley's like, can we have a talk about like what happened? Because that seems like something that Riley would do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Fuffy goes in, and she's in the church, and the vampires are like, oh, who the hell are you? We said that if anybody comes in here, we're going to kill all the parishioners. And Fuffy's like, you're not going to kill anybody, you dumb fuck. And they're like, oh, yeah? And why not? And then Buffy delivers the line. She goes, you're not going to kill these people because it's wrong. And then a vampire's like, who is this? And then one of them just attacks her. She picks him up and just chokes him, dude.
Dude, I meant to bring this up. During one of the, when the vampires are monologuing about like, oh, where's God? Where's your God now? Who's going to save you? All this stuff. There's a pan across the extras. Mm-hmm. And they land on one that just has no emotion on her face. Like, she's not afraid. She's not scared. Like, it's just most of her. I don't know why they used that shot. Mm-hmm. And also, my thought is, there was like 20 people in here and 3 vampires.
Right, dude.
If you don't know that they're vampires, you think they're tweakers or something, right?
Did they have vamp face on? They had vamp face on.
They had vamp face. But who knows what vampires are, right?
Yeah.
If you know what vampires are and you are in a church, somebody's got a crucifix cross you can throw and burn.
Holy water, splash them.
I mean, something. I mean, I don't know. Like, just punch them. Vampires seem like punching hurts them.
Yeah, dude.
Just like, they were just going to sit there and just get eaten. And the cops are like, we can't go in there because it's a hostage situation. Like, do they have weapons? So you know if they have anything? Like, it's just like, it's such a crazy hostage situation.
Well,
in a
who
church.
Called the cops?
Why is this in a church? Like, I understand why it's in a church for the theme of the Adam vampire stuff.
Yeah, because Adam's like, you fear the cross or whatever.
But for the arc of the whole show, why does Buffy and Faith's thing happen in a church? Is that more thematic stuff?
Dude, I mean, her name is Faith.
She's coming. Is this her come to Jesus moment?
I guess so.
No.
But dude, when Buffy fucking chucks this, she just like picks him up and just throws him at a column, and he's just like, ah!
And everyone just saw a girl do this. Mm-hmm. Like, if I saw that, I don't know if I'd be more shocked at the vampires or this little person throwing someone
a full-grown man.
Yeah.
Like, how do people not realize what's going on? Like, we haven't brought that up in quite some time. They have to know that this exists.
A high school blew up and everyone saw a giant demon.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
So now, in the armored car that fucking wrecked a cop car.
Why did they take that car?
No, well, Giles' car is demolished from Spike, remember?
He doesn't complain about that at all. When
Nope.
Spike does that money thing, he's not like, hey, my car, where is it?
Yep. So
How have they been getting around? How did Willow get over there? Does she not drive? Does everyone take the bus?
Dude. They got the armored car that should be like wanted. Drive it to a place where there's fuck tons of cops. And it's Willow, Tara, Giles, and Baith. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we got to get in. And the cops are like, you're fucking nobody. Like, we're not letting you in. And then Giles starts to make a spectacle. He's like, please, man, our families, our babies, waving his arms all crazy to distract the cops. And so now Baith goes inside, or she sneaks off, and she runs into Riley. And she's like, Riley! Runs up to him and hugs him. And he's like, oh, hey, who are you?
He's like, it's raining babes today.
Yeah, it's my lucky day.
I should wear this suit more often.
So Baith is like, long story, I gotta go inside. And so she goes inside.
Well, he brings up that he's wearing the suit because he was actually just late to church today. Mm-hmm. So that was why he was in the suit.
I thought that was kind of funny.
I thought it was funny. And I was like, I wrote down in my note, like, why is he wearing a suit?
Yeah.
I've never seen him in that. It's like, oh, okay. He's a nice guy. He's from Iowa. He goes to church on Sunday. Yeah, it's the Bible. When Faith shows up, he doesn't want to let her go in. Mm-hmm. And then somehow she's inside.
Yeah.
Like, what was his, like,
You know exactly what she did, Vance. She poked him in the stomach. You know exactly what she did. And he went, ow! And then she just walked in.
My weakness. I used to be a strong man. They poke him in the stomach like he's a Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah. So now Fuffy's inside and she's fighting the vampires. The people that were being held hostage escape. And then fucking she slays one. And then one of the vampires goes outside and runs into Riley. And Riley's like, ow, my stomach. Oh, that's how she gets inside. So a vampire runs outside with his little hood up and runs.
Which I was like, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah. Runs into Riley. And Riley goes, ow. The guy falls on the ground in the sunlight, bursts into flames. And Riley's holding the cloak. And he's like, you forgot this. And then that's how Baith gets inside.
Mm. Yeah, because they like go stumbling down the steps and then he like tosses them into the sun and he burns up real quick.
Oh, yeah, he does. It's none of that fucking bullshit ass stuff that we saw like that would happen with Angel where he just like squints and he's like, and he just hops in the shadows.
But it also wasn't as long as that like scene I always bring up where that vampire went into the classroom and was on fire forever.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that's so crazy that happened. I still can't get over that happened in the school while they were talking to Buffy and sending a message to her. Coolest visual ever, but it seems like something that would have been in a dream sequence.
Yes. Like, I love that as they're taking off the cloak, they're like, meet us at the flagpole at 3:00 and then just burst into flames.
You could have sent a letter, you vampires, man.
And nobody asked Buffy, like, what was that about? Nobody fucking follows her to where the burst into flames person.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we should maybe go there. What's going on?
Should we cancel class today?
I'll never get over that. It just defies so much of the logic of the show.
It defies vampires being afraid of death.
Yes.
Hey, I want you to give a message to Buffy. Can I just tell her? No. No.
There's got to be some pizzazz to this message.
How about you just burst into flames?
You're one of my minions. You'll do anything I say, right? You're mindless.
I kind of want to see how it plays out. Well, you're not.
Yeah. So now Fuffy's fighting vampires, and then as she's about to getting...
How is this
one on top of her?
One vampire, the lead guy's like, I'm stronger than ever before. My power is unstoppable. He's like bitch slapping Buffy or Fluffy. And I'm just like, wait, is this vampire super strong for some reason? And then he gets stabbed in the back.
In the back by Baith. And then they see each other and they're like, oh, it's on now. Fuck these vampires.
Yeah.
Then they just start fighting each other at the altar.
Yeah.
And then Baith does the body switch thing with the thing that Willow gave her, and they switch back.
Well, Fuffy is on top of Baith, and she is beating the crap out of her and telling her, you're a killer, you're a murderer. So basically, it's like Faith is punching herself and saying these things about herself while it's happening. Yeah. I think that's what they're going for here.
Yeah. And then they switch back, and then now we can stop this Baith and Fuffy nightmare.
Hey, I think we handled it pretty well.
I think we did.
I think it worked, yeah.
Faith runs off. Buffy doesn't chase. She's just happy to be back in her own body.
Infuriating. Because it's like, you could be like, oh, well, Buffy's like shocked. She's holding her chest and she's out. Faith has to be shocked too. She crawled away and ran, and she's running outside.
Dude, it was also like super slow. Like she just like crawled out from under Buffy and was like backing up slowly, and then she was like, "Oh, you're not chasing me. Oh, I'm out."
And then she runs outside where there is nothing but cops,
and she's a wanted woman.
They're like the fact that the two of them were able to sneak in is insane. Like.
Hey, isn't that girl that escaped from the cops when the armored car that's behind us crashed into the cops? She's been wanted for multiple murders that we don't know who actually...
And she's dressed exactly the same as when we brought her in last time.
Like, what the
She
fuck?
runs outside and there's nothing but cops and hostages that have been released.
And news reporters?
Yeah, and she's dressed not like someone that's going to church.
Mm-hmm.
You're definitely rounding up everyone for questioning at the bare minimum. And then the cops show up, and there's no evidence that these people were ever in here because they all evaporated into dust. So it's like, what the fuck? The paperwork must be a nightmare for this.
Yeah.
And we get the Buffy not chasing thing. That's just egregious.
Mm-hmm. Especially with this.
Like, she swapped bodies with you, man. Like, this is last straw, man. You got to get rid of this girl. And it gets even worse because later we find out that the Watchers have even left town. They gave up too.
Yeah.
What is this? Why are people giving up? They should cut to the cops and they're like, yeah, we dropped all charges. We don't care anymore. Like, what's happening? The most dangerous person is now on the loose, even more so.
Yeah. No authorities are after her.
Buffy's not even after her.
Yeah. So now we go to Buffy explaining the situation to Riley. Like, hey, we had this body switch thing. It was crazy. And Riley and like Willow's friend Tara, who the fuck is she? She knew something was off. And Riley's like, damn it. I should have known something was off too. Last night. And Buffy's like, what? And Riley's like, oh yeah, I mean, we fucked. And Buffy's like, you fucked? You fucked Faith? And Riley's like, no. I fucked you. But I didn't know that wasn't you.
Was she better than me?
And then Buffy like gets up off the bed like, I can't believe you fucked me you fucked Faith in my body. And you had no idea. Whoa. Oh.
I also told her I loved her.
Yeah. And then we get this like fade out with Buffy like, how am I ever going to reconcile this? And it's
well, no, but then Buffy goes like, I don't think we're going to see her again.
Yeah.
And like, what? Why do you think you're not going to see her again?
No idea.
Last episode, you were like, it's going to be hard to find her. And she showed up on campus.
Yes.
A day later, you're like, oh, yeah, we're not going to see her again.
You know why you're not going to see her again, Vance? Is because she's in the back of a truck with a bunch of hay.
This is
All she needed was a bindle and a stick, dude. Like,
yeah, if I wanted her on the back of a train.
Of a train, yeah.
So her net beginning and end, as I've been saying, that she could have just left town as Faith. It seems like she's leaving town.
Wikipedia has spoiled something for me here.
People had warned you.
Yeah. Like, it's just like on the episode synopsis. Kind of spoil something here.
Spoil something for deep lore, or just next episode's one?
For the future
of the show.
Yeah.
When she becomes a superhero and she tries to the avenging slayer. The Dark Slayer.
The Dark Slayer.
Yeah. God,
leather.
I just don't like that they tried in this episode to change her whole arc.
Yeah, it's like now she's like, oh, it does feel good to do good.
Good.
Like, what the fuck?
Killing bad? No, killing bad. You like to kill. That's fine. I can get on board with that. I can't get on board with you like being like, wait, what I was doing was wrong? Yeah. Everyone told you that.
Yes.
You thought the cops were hunting you down because you were misunderstood? Like, I just don't get, like, I get it, like, hey, you like this actress, you like this Faith character, you want to keep her around. But I don't want her around if she's not going to be the bad guy.
Yeah, she's not interesting.
No.
I don't know. Maybe if you just like get into her backstory and like some of her demons from the past come back to haunt her or some shit.
Well, that's how her story started.
Yeah.
Her story started with the demon from her past coming back, and then Buffy helping her just defeat it.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of a moment like, hey, Buffy helping people is good.
Yeah. No, she doesn't get it.
No.
Even after doing good for months.
Yeah. They used to go out and patrol, and she used to just like killing vampires for fun.
Yeah.
She didn't ever try to be like, how can I monetize this?
Dude, she should be a fucking mercenary. Like, if she wants some riches and fame, she could be like, hey, I'm the vampire killer.
Yes.
Hire me.
Yeah, you could literally have joined something similar to the Initiative.
Mm-hmm.
But then she doesn't take orders. Like, don't tell me what to do. Like, I think she yells at Force about that, or Riley. Like, it's like she wants to be reckless and wants to be loved. And Johnny would say, teenage girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Walsh. But yeah, that's kind of a wrap on this episode. You got anything else you want to bring up here?
Yeah, anybody could kill vampires. I think that I would have liked to see a couple people in the church try to like stand up to them and then get settled down.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird that I thought this was going to be a trap, that Adam wanted to lure them out. I thought Adam was going to show up at that church or something.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Adam. Adam was I felt like he was kind of shoehorned into this episode.
Yeah, Adam seemed like the more chaos agent character in the show than he needed to be. Like, it didn't even tie in together. Like, yeah. I thought maybe the whole plan was to like lure the Slayer to this place. How do we get the Slayer to come out of hiding or show up, even though we know where she lives and everything? we hold a church hostage. We wait for the Slayer to show up. The Slayer shows up, and then Adam gets to like have his like long speech fight with her. Mm-hmm. But then both of them shows up, and he's like, "There's two of them."
Yeah, and then he retreats. He's like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting this."
Or he's just like, "This is interesting. They're not the same." Like, I thought he would be able to tell the difference because he's like so in tune with like dissecting stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just thought maybe the two like have Buffy. The way they solve problems before in the show is every problem is solved by fighting a big fight at the end, right? Mm-hmm. So if you want Buffy or Faith to kind of turn good, she needs to fight with Buffy to take down Adam, and it's like, all right, we got to work together. I really don't like you. Like how they do with Spike all the time.
Yeah. And like, Spider-Man when he had to team up with Venom to fight Carnage.
Yeah.
That shit happens all the time.
Yeah. I thought they would do something like that. But now Faith is like, smuggling herself across the Sunnydale border. Her being in the back of a truck with hay, I was like, come on. Oh
dude.
My God, just steal a car.
Yeah.
My gosh, you can rip doors off the hinges. Like, just steal a car and drive somewhere. Yeah. Like, why does Faith not have like, it seems like she would have like street smart craziness, like where she grew up without family and stabilization, but she knows how to like she would go to Willie's. She can
fend for herself,
Yeah, like survive, like weird survival instincts.
Yeah,
I don't know. Give her something. I don't know. It's just something that makes it kind of dumb her down to a point where it's like you're just making foolish mistakes.
I just wanted to see her like on the side of a road with a bindle and a stick and like hitchhiking, thumbing for a ride. He gets in. Yeah. You boys like Mexico.
The car picks her up, and it's like a bunch of frat guys, and then it's driving off, and you see them get thrown out of the car. And she drives
that would have been awesome. That would have been hilarious.
Would have fit perfectly.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. Next episode is titled Superstar.
I want this to be an all Faith episode, and she's gonna live that like I could be rich, famous, and get everything. And she's like singing. She's on dance competitions. She's on a reality show.
She joins American Idol.
She does some trapeze. She draws the circus for a little bit. She becomes a carny. I don't.
Because this was such like a like a big episode, I feel like, in terms of like, oh, this is emotional and like dramatic.
Yeah.
Like, and then the next one's titled Superstar. Like, how are they going to make it goofy now?
Yeah, exactly. How is this going to be that weird one-off? Probably like a celebrity comes to town and a concert, and that celebrity like worships the devil.
Secretly a demon or a vampire or some shit.
Yeah.
That's a good guess. Yeah, so that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for listening. This is a wrap on Who Are You? If you want to get a shout out, rate and review on Apple Podcasts, or do the Spotify screenshot my DMs thing at Joe Welke. Follow us on Instagram at Boys Watching Buffy. Email is boyswatchingbuffy@gmail.com. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/boyswatchingbuffy. Join our Discord. We've got butt tons of people in there. We have a bunch of fun conversations. We have debates about... What did you say?
You say butt tons of people?
Butt tons of people.
I don't, yeah.
You never heard that before?
Ass loads?
Ass loads, butt tons.
All right.
Same thing. We have a bunch of fun conversations. We have debates about who's hotter in the show.
We'll have a debate about why the spitting happened on this one, I guess. Maybe? I don't know.
I'm sure someone will just be like, no, Joe's wrong. And I'll be like, oh, okay. I fucking must have been.
One of us is crazy.
Yeah, I'm saying it's more likely me, to be honest with you. But I could have swore. But yeah, we got fun Discord conversations. We're having a lot of talk about all the TV shows and movies that I've never seen before.
And none of those surprise me at all, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised when you haven't seen something.
So that's that. That link is in the show notes. And yeah, I think that's everything, right, Vance?
Yeah, join our Patreon. We got a new movie coming this month.
Oh yeah, we do.
Starring one of your favorite. Starring one of your favorite vampires.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for next episode when we talk about Superstar.
You know why I really hate you, Summers?
'Cause I'm a stuck-up tight ass with no sense of fun?
Well, yeah, that covers a lot of it.
Tune into the Salsa Kings Network. Crack one open if you dare, creeps.